Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good evening. Okay, my name is FARID ABDILLAH, and today I would like to do some reflection about that trip, about our trip to Johor that took place on 9 and 10 November 2019. Okay, first of all, I would like to thank a lot to Professor Mutaharah binti Zakaria for giving us this chance, this unforgettable chance and memories that I sure will remember to my old days. Okay, now I would like to tell you some summary about our trip on 9 and 10 November. Okay, first, the first place that we have go for this trip is the Tanjung Piai National Park that is located at Tanjung Piai, Johor. Okay, this place is one of the Ramsar site in Malaysia and have a lot of knowledge that we can gain from this place. Okay, what are the knowledge that we can get? Okay, the first important knowledge that we can get from the place is about the species of mangrove plant that are located there. Okay, actually Tanjung Piai National Park have a lot of species and many interesting species that we can explore and identify. Okay, some of the species is we can see a lot of Bulgura species, a lot of Rhizophora species, also some Soneraceae and Avicennia. Also, we also have some Lumnizera species such as Lumnizera litorale and also Acrosticum species, which is Pialasa. Okay, and what I remember from this place, the most rare species that we can found there is the Bulgura hennessy, which is mata buaya in Malay. And we also can get a lot of information on how to manage the mangrove plants or mangrove forest. We can see that Tanjung Piai National Park has done a lot of interesting things in order to preserve and improve the function of the mangrove forest. Okay, such as they built the place, they built many facilities for the tourists to improve the function of the national park, which is ecotourism. And they also replanting many trees such as Bulgura, Rhizophora and Soneraceae. We can see the small plant of Soneraceae at the, if we can look in the mangrove profile, it is in the first place in the coastal area of Tanjung Piai. And we can see a lot of NGO, non-government organization, and also many more organizations that have done CSR. CSR, which is community social responsibility, there in order to plant back the plants, the mangrove plants, in order to protect it. That is some of the management that we can see in order to preserve and improve the function of the national park. And we also can see a lot of flora and fauna. The example of fauna, which is the telescopium, the what we call the lokan in Malay, the monkey, and they also said there is white boar there and some also mangrove snake, but we didn't happen to see that on the day of our trip. Okay, on the evening of the 9 November, we go to the Pulau Kukup Island, which is located not far away from the Tanjung Piai National Park. At Pulau Kukup Island also, we experience a lot of interesting things that we can get there. Okay, they also have a lot of species of mangrove plant, and some of them is also common species with Tanjung Piai, and they also have their specific species such as I think that the specific species at the Pulau Kukut area is the what we call Rhizophora, that the hybrid Rhizophora. We can see that the plant is very big and tall, and we also happen to see some of the tallest roots of mangrove there, which is around, if I'm not mistaken, around 4 meter and above. And we also see a lot of fauna species such as monkey, snake, and other things. And what I want to focus more about the Pulau Kukut area is about how they manage the area, because it's the subject that I'm taking right now is the ecology and management of wetland. That's why I want to focus more about the management of the area. We can see that the place is also full of facility in order to improve their function as ecotourism. They have a lot of what we call interesting monument and facilities that are catchy and loved and what we call and interesting to see. That's why Pulau Kukut is one of the most interesting place to visit in Johor. Okay, after Pulau Kukut, we go back to the hotel and have a nice rest. And in the morning of 10 November, we go to the Sungai Pendas area, which is also a mangrove area. Okay, in the Sungai Pendas, we also happen to identify a lot of mangrove plant, such as we see the Avicennia rumphiana or lanata. Avicennia rumphiana, if I'm not mistaken, only have at Sungai Pendas, and also we happen to see a plant at the Pulau Kukut area, but not at Tanjung Piai. And also we also see a lot of what we call associate mangrove species at Sungai Pendas. They have a lot of associate mangrove species such as rotan monyet and other plants. Okay, but in the Sungai Pendas area, we also gain a lot of knowledge from both Professor Mutaharah and Professor Japar Siddiq, who also happened to accompany us in our trip on the 10th November. Okay, after that, we go back to the hotel and have a nice rest before we go back to Forest City to see the development that they have made at the coastal area. Okay, we can see at the Forest City, although they have a lot of very interesting management, but they also have some effort to what we call to preserve the seagrass area at the Forest City. Okay, as our lecturer told us, one of my lecturer, which is Professor Mutaharah binti Zakaria, and other few professor are included in the in a team from University Putra Malaysia in order to preserve the seagrass. And at the Forest City also, we can see Pulau Merambung A and Pulau Merambung B, but just from far away. We didn't have a chance to go there because of we didn't have a lot of time. But after that, we bought the bus and start going back to UPM. Okay, from all this trip, I can tell you that I can gain a lot of knowledge from this trip and a lot of interesting memories that I surely cannot get at any other place. And I think that along my study in University Putra Malaysia, maybe in these 3 years or 4 years, I think this is one of the most interesting trip that I have ever been, and one of full trip that full of knowledge and interesting memories between us. Then that's why I want to thank Professor Mutahara binti Zakaria very much, because she have given us this beautiful chance to experience this ourselves. And I also want to thank all my friends for being supportive of me that day and share a lot of knowledge with me too. Okay, I think that's all about my reflection on the trip to Johor on 9 and 10 November ago. Okay, that's all. Thank you very much.